Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Blink from the Caliban Build-A-Figure wave of the new Marvel Legends. And this is a character that I think a lot of people really wanted for a really long time, so it's kind of nice that we're finally getting one. Is it as good as many people hoped for? Probably, because most people don't have particularly high standards, but it's actually not that bad. They did a couple things that are kind of annoying, but all in all, it's a pretty solid release. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just about 6 1/4 inches, which makes it pretty close to just shy of 16 centimeters, so pretty much your reasonable size for the female figures. And as far as aesthetics go, there's not a whole lot to talk about. They did some molding in some various colors and some painting. They all match pretty well, so that's good. No real problems there, nothing stands out. The line work is pretty clean. That's a first in a while. We've had similar paint jobs for, who had it? Psylocke had it, and Mystique, I believe those were the two that stand out. Oh, and Elektra. Those three all had pretty lousy paint jobs when it comes to the leotards being painted on, but this time they did a pretty good job, so that's pretty nice. I like that. They did paint the silver studs in the belt and on the collar. They're lousy, though they're really sloppy if they're even barely noticeable, so that's definitely a bummer. The face looks pretty good, I guess. She's got kind of a big forehead, but it's not bad. The paintwork on the face is really nice, though. I'll give them that for sure. That's all right. And then we have the body to talk about. She is on that slender build again. I don't care for that personally. It's not as bad on this figure because she's typically drawn fairly slender. She could definitely use a little bit more shape to the legs, though. I mean, her calves are basically the same size as her thighs. And that's not really how even slender comic book characters are drawn for females, especially. So that's definitely a bummer, but it's not anywhere near as bad as it has been, so I'll give them a little bit of credit there. The only other thing that really stands out for the aesthetics is this stupid, terrible design. Apparently, when wind blows, it only hits one part of a thing and makes it twist and go to the side, where the rest just hangs perfectly straight down. I don't really get what's going on there. It's really dumb. It makes it hang funny. It doesn't look good, and her hair is not windswept at all either. So it's just all around really dumb. I hate that a lot. I thought it might be tolerable when they first showed it, but it's just like, who sculpts like that? I don't get it. They sculpted it looks like, and then they just twisted it and said, hey, windswept. No, that's not how it works. So that sucks. So aesthetically speaking, 7 out of 10. This is a big factor because it draws the eye to it and it looks dumb. Really dumb. Really dumb. Very dumb. Moving on to the accessories, we do have 2 of her daggers, which are in this milky translucent pink plastic, which looks pretty nice. And then we do have one of her riffs, or whatever they're called. I don't know the official terminology. And it matches pretty much. It's not quite as transparent, but it still looks pretty darn good. I like it. Only downside really is you can't make her coming through it, really. It's not like they made parts that detach from her body, so it doesn't quite make sense. But it still looks cool, and you can get a little creative and probably make that work somehow. So accessory-wise, that's pretty much all we need. Maybe some alternate hands would be nice, or a face or something. But yeah, 7 out of 10. I'll give her 7 out of 10 because we got the big thing and the 2 little things. All right, moving on to the articulation. We do have, of course, lollipop syndrome, and that sucks, but it's hidden by the hair mostly. The hinge does work, though doesn't really do much going backwards, and going forwards kind of sucks. So you're going to mostly be operating on this ball peg up here, which does allow for decent enough range of movement. It'll be okay. For the shoulders, a little bit better than horizontal. Full rotation. No bicep swivel until you get down here at the elbow, which does work. It's about a little more than 90 degrees, and again, you do get your swivel. You have your wrist rotation, and then a horizontal hinge, because Hasbro has no idea what they're doing. If you're holding a spiky type thing like this, it doesn't do you any good to be able to move your hand like this. That's stupid. You need to be able to move it up and down so that you can use the weapon. But they didn't do it again. Diaphragm joint on this figure is minimal. It does work. It's not bad, but it's not especially good, so it's only okay. This is a floating piece, no waist twist. Hips do go out better than 45, so that's pretty good. Going forward, not quite horizontal, but pretty far. Going back, basically no range at all. Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knees, no problem. These are floating pieces. That's stuck. There it goes. So there's nothing under there, but you can adjust it if you want to. I think the taller look is probably good. Ankle does go pretty far back and far enough forward decent ankle rocker on that swivel hinge. So it's a very mediocre figure. The articulation's pretty standard. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Lack of a really effective diaphragm joint, a bummer. Dumb wrists, a bummer. Everything else is pretty standard. So this figure's overall final verdict is it's not bad. People aren't going to be too disappointed in it, but they're not going to be especially impressed. It's good enough to fill the slot people wanted to fill, and that's probably good enough. So 7 out of 10. It's nothing special, but it will be okay. And that's about it. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't enjoy this video, you can click thumbs down. That's fine. It really doesn't make a difference. YouTube doesn't pay that much attention to it. So go ahead and do it. I don't care. And if you want to, you could check out my other videos because I've got like 3,300 of them, maybe something like that. Lots and lots of reviews on the channel for you to watch. And then we do also have new videos coming out just about every single day. So make sure you come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.